The Belgian Jupiter Pro League called RWMB. Now the funny side is that because Lyon do not have money to outrightly buy him from FC Northland, they made another club, a subsidiary of their parent group, your friend Eagle Football. They bought Nuamah, a new club, a promoting with the Belgian Jupiter Pro League. Once they bought him, it's under the same ownership, under the same group called the Eagle Football. Immediately they bought him, they said, okay, fine, then you will in turn loan him to us. So Ernest was bought from FC Northland for 25 million, a club record fee for Belgian club. It's also a club record fee for FC Lyon. So under that same umbrella is a record fee. But essentially, he's on loan from a Belgian team to FC Lyon. Ernest could replace Bradley Barcola. It is possible saying next week. They have a big game against Paris Saint-Germain. And I know Ernest started his training with team my friend FC Lyon. Maybe you may see Ryan Cherki and Nuamah and Alexander Lacazette or anyone. Don't be shocked. He's a top player from the right-hand side. Left-hand side, sorry. Wonderful player. Both on their wings, 1v1 ability. We speak about that with a lot of the European players. Nuamah has that quality to go to the top. And I'm very excited. Say, Open maybe I'll be developing that the French Liga is the best place. And I think things are going to go well.
Yeah, Chelsea are stockpiling on a Brazilian player. I mean, a kind of player that I think is the next Declan Rice. Brazil's own version of a Declan Rice. His name is Gabriel Mascardo. So Gabriel Mascardo plays for Corinthians. Chelsea are possibly going to get him for 20 million and 5 million add-ons in that respect. But then essentially Chelsea are going to loan him back to his team Corinthians, and he's going to join Chelsea possibly in 2024, 2025, or 2025, 2026. So he's a top talent. Just a little over the age of 16. Wonderful player. A better talent actually than Andre Santos that Chelsea have already gotten from Brazil himself. But essentially, I think the skill set about Gabriel Mascardo that makes him stand out versus any other midfielder now at his age in the world. The ceiling is so high for him. It's just an issue of potential. As to you, the potential comes to fruition. As it stands now, you would not know. But essentially, he's a top midfielder at his age with respect to his potential. His attributes that for me, that sets out. So if you go anywhere, you are watching videos of Gabriel Mascardo, just make sure you are looking at his deep receiving ability. He's able to receive from very, very deep areas. Takes a lot of pressure from the settled defense and 10. He's also very leggy, carries the ball very forward a lot of the times, and it helps his team. So essentially, it's this deep line receiver, and just like Declan Rice, his ability to receive, not so mobile essentially, but the fact that he's so secure in receiving the ball in that area, and it makes the settled defense of everything that he plays for comfortable and calm on the ball. It also helps him build up, and one of Chelsea's biggest problem last season was a conversation about build up. Romeo Lavia, Moises Caicedo solved that, but then Mascardo essentially is another level in terms of potential, and Chelsea are getting him early. And if you look at purchases like Mascardo, essentially is the fact that Chelsea are stockpiling on some of the best talent, the very best talent now in the world. And once they do get them, the plan is that next 3 years, you're not going to go paying 115, 120 million for some of these boys because they already have them. Now, let's go to it quickly. The Champions League draw is in, my reaction to it, and then we get straight up into it. But first of all, in Group A, there's FC Bayern Munich, Manchester United, Copenhagen, and then Genk. I think that this is a fairly comfortable group for Bayern Munich and FC Manchester United. They can negotiate in the as to who tops the league is going to be between the two. Group B, Sevilla, Arsenal, PSV, and Lyon. It's also a very, very comfortable league group for Arsenal, who have not been in Europe for a very long time. I think it's favorable, giving Mikel Arteta shadow in the English Premier League and other local competitions. So this gives him a very good lowdown as to how he can navigate this group. I think Arsenal are possibly going to run through this group as leaders on paper, essentially. PSV were also good, but they seem to be losing some players this summer, and if care is not taken, they may not even qualify, because Lyon also have the core of that team that went very far in the French League in there. Seko Fofo and of course other members of the team did leave, but essentially a lot of other very good players are in the squad as well. Napoli in Group C with Real Madrid, Braga, and then Union Berlin. A little bit tricky. Napoli are good, but just under a new manager, the kind of manager that you can't really stick your neck out for, especially given the job that Luciano Spalletti did there. Real Madrid, the pedigree is in there. Already they are going to be take to qualify out of the group stage. Sporting Braga returning to Europe again after a very long spell out, and then of course Union Berlin. Their success have been enormous given where they've come from. German Bundesliga to German Bundesliga, and then now to Europe. It's a group that's, I would take Napoli and Real Madrid to move on. Then Benfica, Internazionale Milan, RB Salzburg, and then it's also a group that's a group of equal measures. Benfica, Internazionale Milan are not really too far off each other. They are teams that can negotiate a game against each other. And of course, Salzburg is also in there. Very good team. Albeit they've lost a few of their young talents or so. But I think that Internazionale Milan are tipping to automatically qualify. Then there is Feyenoord, Atletico de Madrid, Lazio, and then Celtic. I love to see Mauricio Sarri in Europe. After he won the Europa League with Chelsea, I want to see how far his team goes. They're an exciting side. Since the beginning of the Italian Serie A, I haven't really won that much, but it's a team that I tip to go very far in Europe. They're going to play against Atletico de Madrid and of course Feyenoord. Atletico Madrid, a new style, new play under Ochoa, but essentially I think that's going to be a little bit difficult given the form of Feyenoord as well in their league and winning of the Eredivisie. But essentially I think it's going to come down to ATL, Lazio, and then Feyenoord. Celtic, after losing Ange Postecoglou to Tottenham Hotspur, it's going to be difficult for them to qualify in this group. Of course, in Group E as well, there's Paris Saint-Germain, Dortmund, Milan, and then Shakhtar Donetsk, Paris Saint-Germain, Dortmund, AC Milan, and then Newcastle. What a group. That is definitely the group of death. And Sandro Tonali will be going back to the San Siro to go and play in his boyhood stadium. Milan will probably go to Italy, will come to England, but they will not go to the place that they are known to be going to anytime they come to England. They'll have to go to the northeast of England, where it is very cold. Conditions are a little bit hostile. At times, they're going to see Champions League football, but in the group they have been facing is a tough one. But of course, the squad building of Newcastle has been good, and you can trust that they can hold their own against some of these Paris Saint-Germain under Luis Enrique, Kylian Mbappe, Ousmane Dembele, Randall Colomwani, Ramos, Gonzalo Ramos will be leading that team to see if they can get as far as they can. Of course, Enrique's expertise and his experience in Europe will be very integral for them. Dortmund in Thursday last season lost out against Chelsea, lost out in the German Bundesliga on the last day. They will look to rebuild. Of course, a chunk of members of that team have also left, but definitely they may put in a fight in AC Milan, who are last season's semi-finalists, who have stocked up Robin Loftus-Cheek, Rafael Leao. All of these new guys have come to are very good enough to take AC Milan where they want to get to. So in this group, very difficult, but based on pedigree and a few other things, I'm giving it to Milan and then Paris Saint-Germain. Then Man City, Leipzig, and then Young Boys. Easy group for Manchester City and Leipzig. I don't know why City keeps on getting very, very easy groups. But as in finally, the group of Porto, Shakhtar Donetsk, FC Barcelona, and Antwerp. I think that Luis Xavi also couldn't have prayed for a better draw than this one. It's a good one for him. Porto, Shakhtar Donetsk, Antwerp. It's a good one. I think that Barcelona may go through. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you for choosing me.